You're standing in Sephora holding an $89 serum, and the label is doing everything it can to justify the price. Ginseng, fermented rice water, 50 years of Korean heritage science. It feels like the smart choice. It's not La Mer, it's not $400, it's Korean skincare, which is supposed to be different. That difference used to be real. K-Beauty built its reputation on one specific promise: high concentration actives at prices that made European luxury look like a con. But Western demand, TikTok virality, and Sephora shelf placement quietly changed the math. The formula stayed ordinary. The price climbed. The story got more expensive than the product. There's a reliable tell when this has happened. Fragrance near the top of the ingredient list. The key active buried near the bottom at some fraction of a useful concentration. By the end of this video, you'll know which 5 brands have crossed that line and which 5 are still keeping the promise. Solwasu is the prestige anchor of K-Beauty. Sold at Sephora, positioned as Korea's luxury heritage brand, backed by 50 years of ginseng science and royal formulation mythology. The $89 serums feel earned. The $200 creams feel like a serious investment. This is the brand Korean women in their 60s talk about in magazine features, and it has every visual marker of a brand that deserves to charge what it charges. Then you look at the ingredient list. Nearly all Solwasu products carry synthetic fragrance ingredients, and many contain denatured alcohol at concentrations high enough to appear near the top of the formula, including the flagship First Care Activating Serum. The ginseng you're paying for sits near the bottom of that list, nowhere close to the concentration that justifies the story or the price. For anyone with rosacea, a compromised skin barrier, or sensitivity, this formula is not just overpriced. It's a genuine risk for flares, barrier disruption, and long-term dryness. The heritage is real. The formula is not living up to it. Glow Recipe generated $300 million in revenue in 2023. Watermelon packaging, fruit named everything, Generation Z's gateway into glass skin. The brand leans heavily into clean and vegan positioning, which is exactly what makes it effective at attracting buyers trying to move away from conventional skincare. But a recurring complaint from consistent users is that the fragrance load across Glow Recipe products causes clogged pores, breakouts, and barrier irritation, which is the opposite of what glass skin requires. The packaging is doing significantly more work than the formula inside it. A comparable niacinamide serum from COSRX costs a fraction of the price, has a cleaner ingredient list, and skips the fragrance entirely. Glow Recipe built something impressive as a brand. As a skincare line, it's charging Sephora prices for TikTok aesthetics. Laneige has mastered accessible positioning. The lip sleeping mask at $24 doesn't feel luxury, which is the whole point. Celebrity endorsements and wide availability at Target and Sephora create the impression of something reasonably priced and genuinely effective. At least one direct comparison found that a $4 tube of Carmex outperformed it at actually hydrating chapped lips, and dermatologists routinely point to alternatives in the $5 to $10 range that deliver comparable results. The price premium is almost entirely explained by the celebrity partnerships, not the formula. Your lips are getting a very small piece of that $24. The history of Hu operates at the extreme end of this pattern. Gilded packaging, $100 to $400 plus price points, and a brand narrative built on an 800-year-old formula used by Korean emperors and empresses. The storytelling is genuinely extraordinary, and the hydration benefit for mature and dry skin types is real. But there is no independent clinical validation that the Gongjin-Biden complex delivers results that justify prices at 10 to 20 times what comparable actives cost elsewhere. What you're buying is the ritual, the history, and the experience of opening a beautiful object. It is not skincare science, and your skin doesn't require the dynasty to get the hydration. Dr. Jart Plus has doctor in the name, was created in 2004 with dermatologist consultation, and the Cicapair Tiger Grass line at Sephora carries that clinical authority throughout its marketing. $52 for color-correcting, calming, centella-based skincare that sounds exactly like what a dermatologist would formulate. Here is the relevant comparison. Skin 1604's Madagascar Centella. Ampoule has 7 ingredients, costs $17, and contains the same active Centella asiatica compounds as the Cicapair range. The color correction and calming claims in the Cicapair line are largely cosmetic, not clinically substantiated at that price point relative to cheaper Centella alternatives. You are paying for the word doctor and for Sephora shelf placement. The hero ingredient is identical at a third of the cost. Now here's what Korean skincare actually looks like when the formula is doing the work. COSRX built its entire reputation without a marketing budget. Founded in 2013, it grew purely through repeat purchases and dermatologist recommendations. The Snail 96 Mucin Essence, the low pH cleanser, and the niacinamide serums are consistently cited by dermatologists across best of lists. Most products are under $25, all are dermatologist tested and cruelty-free, and none of them use the fragrance loophole or put denatured alcohol near the top of the list. High concentration hero ingredients, short formulas, no filler. This is the original K-beauty promise still being kept. Beauty of Joseon launched in 2017 and uses traditional Korean ingredients like rice, ginseng, and propolis alongside modern formulation science, with almost everything under $20. The Relief Sun SPF 50+ genuinely disrupted the sunscreen category by solving the white cast problem that had frustrated Western consumers for years while doubling as an effective skincare product. The Glow Deep Serum and Dynasty Cream are both dermatologist recommended and retail between $15 and $23. Paraben-free and widely available on Amazon and at Target. This is the brand that delivers the heritage storytelling and the clinical efficacy at a price that doesn't require you to compromise on either. Skin 1604 is the brand that people who read ingredient labels already know. Madagascar Centella Specialist, sold mostly through Amazon, Yes Style, and iHerb, with products between $15 and $20. The Madagascar Centella. Ampoule has 7 ingredients, is reef-safe, fungal acne-safe, cruelty-free, and allergen-free. The Centella concentration sits near the top of the list, not buried as a marketing prop at 0.5%. This is the direct and honest alternative to every overpriced Centella product on the market, and the Dr. Jart Plus comparison, in particular, is not close. Isntree was built specifically around the problem that brands like Solwasu and Glow Recipe create. The entire brand philosophy is fragrance-free and hypoallergenic, designed to remove the irritants that sensitive skin communities have been quietly reacting to for years without understanding why. The hyaluronic acid. Natural sun cream SPF 50 retails at $18.50 and is a consistent dermatologist recommendation for sensitive, reactive, and rosacea-prone skin. No fragrance, no alcohol denat, full ingredient transparency. If you have ever broken out from a product that marketed itself as clean, the fragrance loophole is almost certainly what happened. Isntree closes it. Purido does something almost no brand at this price point does. The Centella Green Level Buffet Serum is $14, fragrance-free, reef-safe, and recommended by dermatologists for barrier repair. In 2020, independent lab testing found an SPF discrepancy in one of their sunscreen products. Purido voluntarily pulled the product and reformulated it. No legal team, no press strategy, just a reformulation. That kind of transparency is exceptionally rare in this industry at any price point, and it matters more than most certifications when you're deciding which brand to trust with your daily routine. The brands in the first half aren't all dangerous. Some are simply expensive in ways their formulas don't justify. K-Beauty's real power was always that serious skincare didn't require luxury pricing. The brands in the second half are proof that promise is still alive. None of them are obscure. QSRX is at Target. Beauty of Joseon is on Amazon with tens of thousands of reviews. The barrier to switching is lower than you think. You just had to know which half of the shelf was worth your money. Now you do.